Hello everyone, hello there, hello, it's me, that divination witch. I hope you're doing well. Now, I'm back with another witchy video, and this is another in my series of spirits and deities that I've encountered over the years. Because if you don't know, well, I'm that divination witch. I do a lot of readings, I do deity confirmations, spirit guide confirmations. I get to meet a lot of different spirits, and I'm very privileged to be able to do that. So I've got some stories to share with you, and well, it's not a history lesson, it's more an experience. I'm sharing with you the way I see these spirits and the way they've came across to me. Some that I may have worked with myself, some not. Now today I'm going to be talking about Bast or Bastet, and this has been a request from several people. She's been on my list for a while, but more people keep popping up saying, can you talk about her? So okay, I'm going to talk about her. So yeah, let's get into it. Hello and welcome. I'm Sarah. I'm that divination witch. This is my witchy safe space where you can ask me questions. No question's a silly question. I try and help people, keep everyone happy, It's a place to learn and share experiences, this channel. Now, if you want to support the channel, I'd be so grateful if you could check out my link tree below, where I've got a shop, I've got a website, I've got a Patreon, you can get readings from me. All of that, if you do choose to support me, really helps me continue on with this channel and what I do and helping you guys. So if you do want to support me, I'd be so grateful. Thank you. So Bast or Bastet. So she is a Kemetic Egyptian goddess. Now, I want to preface this again. It's not a history lesson. This is my experience. And me personally, I don't have a ton of experience with the Kemetics on a personal level, or Egyptians. Let's just say Egyptian gods. So I don't have a ton of experience with them on a personal level. I've never worked with them per se. There's some I've had encounters with personally, but it's never been something I've been drawn to, which is a surprise, I suppose, because a lot of people are drawn to ancient Egypt, the imagery, the iconography, the Egyptology, and the history of it all. And the dynasties of Egypt span so long, like longer than the modern age, that if we do believe in past lives here, more than 90% of us probably have had past lives in Egypt or around, their empire, around that time period, let's say. Because their culture spanned for so long, their gods and goddesses are very complex. So I have met quite a few of them now. I've never worked with them personally per se, and before doing this, meaning doing readings for other people, etc., I didn't really have a reason to be contacting them. I never felt that pull towards them. I have felt a slight pull towards a few, though, since opening up to them for readings for people. There's some that have really welcomed me in with both arms. Horus, Hathor, and Bastet, to name three off the top of my head that have really made me feel welcome. And yeah, so it's an honour actually to talk about Bastet. So she is a goddess that is portrayed as a cat, and she's got a complex history, but the brief history of her is she is a home guardian, a home protector, a family protector, but also she's a goddess of love and beauty and seduction and wisdom and all these things. She's got a sister in Sekhmet. Now Sekhmet, that's somebody else I can talk about another time. Some people say Bastet and Sekhmet are the same lady. I suppose it's a bit like Frigg and Freya from the Norse myths. Me personally, with Frigg and Freya, I don't see them as the same, but some people do. And with Sekhmet and Bastet, I don't see them as the same, though some people do. Sekhmet, I do believe, was once a goddess of rage and anger. It's a long story with her, but she turned good, let's say. But Bast is a bit different. And some people say she's like the lighter side to Sekhmet, that they're the same energy but different. But the way I see them is sisters, and not sister energies, more like actual sisters. That's the way I see them. Yin and yang balance each other out. The harsh, the soft, the rough and the smooth. They are both fierce ladies and both portrayed as cats of different varieties. But, it's the solar, it's the lunar, it's the light, the dark, the anger, the rage, the seduction, the quietness, And Bastet, really, it's giving me goosebumps. I can feel her here. She does give me vibes of Catwoman. Okay, if I had to put her into a box in modern times, she literally is Catwoman. And not just because she is portrayed as a cat, but it's that sexy Selena Kyle, seductress vibe, but also sassy and intelligent and wicked smart, and you don't want to get on a bad side. She is Selena Kyle. She really is. She is amazing. And how do I see her? I actually see her a little bit like Halle Berry, which I know that movie, the Catwoman movie with Halle Berry, I'm sorry. If you like that movie, okay, it's all right, but it is no Michelle Pfeiffer. It is no comic book Catwoman. But I do see her as like Halle Berry. She is a woman of colour. She is sexy and seductive, and she does have curves, but she's not like mega voluptuous. She's slender and she's laughing at me. I can hear her laughing at the way I'm trying to describe her. She's beautiful, basically. But unlike Halle Berry, she has short hair, actually, but not like mega short. It's a bit like a full fringe like mine. She's showing me in my mind's eye right now, like a full fringe like mine, but it cuts off there. I would look like Lord Farquaad if I did that, but she looks beautiful. I suppose it's a typical Egyptian hairstyle because of the wigs that people in pharaohs would wear back then, but she does wear it well. And she's showing me, though, that yes, she's got loads of jewellery and grandeur and this like crown thing, and it's not even a crown as in like what the pharaohs would wear or Sekhmet wears. It's like a band with loads of gold and beads and blue things on, and she's got ears. Not human ears, cat ears, like anthropomorphic in a way, but she looks like a woman, a beautiful, a woman. I'll try and make some AI art of what I see as close as possible. But yes, that's how I see her. Okay. Now, like I've said, I've never really worked with Egyptian gods myself. And I opened up to them when I started doing readings for other people. But before that, truly, I feel like it's something that's happened to me in a past life. Because, the majority of us have had, like I've explained, lives in that time period. It's logic. We've got to have. If past lives are truly real, which I do believe they are, we've got to have all really had, or the majority of us had lives within those thousands of years that the Egyptian Empire existed, the dynasties. I feel like there's a wall, in a way, between me and them. And it's not a bad thing. It's not that I harbour any hate towards them or them to me or animosity or anything like that. I feel like I was an outsider in that time. Either somebody who was subservient, let's just say. I don't like to use the word. Or somebody of a different religion, a different background that observed them from the outside in. Because that's really what I felt like, and what I still feel like. I don't have that connection that other people describe with them. I do when it comes to ancient Greece. I do when it comes to Japan. I do when it comes to ancient Nordic traditions and Germanic traditions. I can feel that in my blood. I can feel that in my soul. It's just this connection. It's like home. I mean, Japan as well. I know a lot of people love Japan, weeaboos and whatever, but honestly for me, I've just had this connection with it. ever since I can remember, even before it was more mainstream. And I watch even now constantly videos to do with Japan and the countryside, and not even like anime and that. I wouldn't really know the first thing about it these days, anime. I get bored. But still, I'm going on a tangent. But when I look at it, it feels familiar. It feels like home. Looking at the land, I just feel like a part of me is there. And I know that's what some people feel when they think of, ancient Egypt. But I never had that. But like I say, I opened up to these deities when helping other people, and I've started to learn more about them. I'm not a pro expert like I am with some other mythologies, but I know a bit. And I do have some books on them and stuff now. And when it came to them, the first one actually to welcome me in was Hathor. Hathor, I'll speak about another time. Amazing, lovely lady. Very, very warm and friendly. Goddess of love. And she welcomed me in with open arms and helped me connect with other Kemetic deities. And after Hathor, it was Bastet that I met next. I've met Sekhmet and Horus. I've mentioned those names. I've met Set. I've met Osiris, Khonshu, Thoth, Neith, Nut, Ra. Have I said Ra? Amun-Ra. The hippo lady, I forgot her name. Sobek. I didn't mean that offensively, by the way. Heket as well, the boy version. Oh, honestly, Nephthys, Isis. There's so many different gods, and I have met loads of them. That's just off the top of my head. Anpu, Anubis, I can't forget him. There's so many of them, like there is with other pantheons as well, of course. But I'm fortunate that I've met quite a few now. But in the early days, it was Hathor, then Bastet, and then Horus, because I've always been drawn to him. And that's a story for another time. But I've got a little statue. I keep looking down here because this is the one thing I've got for any Kemetic god. Well, I tell a lie. I've got a couple of pin badges because I collect pin badges. Sorry as well, I cut my fingers. So I've got plasters on, sorry. But yes, I do collect pin badges, and I have one for Bastet, one for Hathor. I've got one for Artemis and Circe, who I don't work with either, but, I just like them. Someone handmade them on Etsy. Anyways, Bastet statue. There's a story behind this statue. I got it from my local witchy shop, which I'm fortunate to live right next to. And the story of this, in an old job I was in, there was a woman who had a cat. And it was a silly name. It had a silly name, Mr. I don't know, I'm not going to say the actual cat's name. I'll call it, I don't know, Mr. Peanut. Something daft like that. This girl, or woman, I should say, at the time we were friendly, and it turns out after she betrayed me, let's just say that. It's long story short. I've left that workplace now. It was a long, convoluted, messy story, but there's a lot of workplace bullying happened there. And for the first time in my life, I stood up for myself, sort of thing. It was a lesson on a spiritual level as well. And now I won't put up with that. But I had to leave. Of my own accord, I left with what we call a grievance in the UK. And she was part of that. She betrayed me, big style, bullied her and some other cliquey women, which makes me feel very sad given what the job was about. But I'm not going to go into that name and shame or anything like that, because that's not what this video is about. But before all that went down, I used to talk with her, and she had this cat, Peanut. I'm calling the cat Peanut, okay? And I love animals. And one day she came into work and said, "Oh, the cat's poorly. We don't know why. He won't eat. He's being sick. I've had to rush him to the vet, take him to the vet. What's going on?" And she wouldn't shut up about this cat the whole day. And I was worried about the cat too at this point. She kept getting calls off the vet. It was that serious. Putting him in for tests. Oh, it might be this, it might be that. We'll find out overnight. We'll monitor him, see what's going on. We'll get all these scans done, all this stuff. So then I prayed to Bastet. I prayed to her, please protect the cat. I don't know why the heck it was her out of everyone. I don't know if this girl maybe has a link with her, for all I know. Because Freya is linked to cat. You would think with me, I'd have prayed to her. But no, I prayed to Bast. Next day, went into work. I'm like, to the girl, how's the cat? Is it okay? Oh yeah, he's fine. He's home now. Went to the vet straight after work. He had all these tests. I couldn't find anything wrong. And then he started eating again and he was fine and all this. Keep an eye on him, but he's fine. Bast saved that cat. I swear it was her. And I said, if you can do that, because I knew these statues existed, if you can do that, please, I'll get you a statue, because she's classy lady. And, you know, I said, I'll get you the statue. She did it and I got her the statue, and it's been there ever since. So it lives with my other statues. She's got a place with my other gods and deities, even though I suppose she's not one of mine or I'm not one of hers. I respect the hell out of her, I really do. And I do believe she saved that cat that day. And even though after that girl betrayed me, that's a reflection on her. You've got to live with that. I've heard things through the grapevine that things went to shit for her after. But that's karma. It will bite you in the arse. If you're going to be nasty, I don't have to do anything. I just step back and watch it unfold. You know, if you're going to be nasty things happen. What you put out in the universe is what you get back. That's what I believe. But Bast helped the cat. And yeah, it just blows my mind. You know, I don't know why I prayed to her that day, but that's my one experience with her on a personal level. Aside from that, just came through loads of times for people. Lovely energy. And, you know, if she comes through for you, if she is interested in you, you've got a goddess for life with her. She doesn't just give up on people. She admires loyalty and she expects that in return as well. She expects you to learn, grow, listen to her, respect her, be kind, not just to her, to yourself, compassionate. She teaches self-love, self-confidence and self-worth. And maybe as I'm talking, maybe on reflection, she helped me during that whole time. You know, maybe she has helped me in that way, you know, because leaving that job with that girl with the cat and that complaint and everything, well, it gave me lessons in self-worth. It really did. So maybe she was a part of that big plan. You never know. But yeah, that's my experience with her. So what does she like, just to top this off? Well, to my knowledge, you know, this isn't historical. This is just what she's putting in my head. I'm just seeing gold, lots of gold. And it doesn't have to be, you know, 14 karat gold, 24 karat gold. It can be gold looking stuff, you know, just nice looking stuff, brass, bronze as well, and not just jewellery. She showed me dishes, you know, if you get an offering bowl made of brass or bronze or copper or whatever, she would like that. Shiny things, nice things, crystals, incenses, copal. She's saying copal. I don't know if that was a thing. Frankincense, makeup. Wear makeup in her name, especially red lipstick, and she showed me that Moroccan style lipstick. I'm doing this because the Moroccan style, the old-fashioned lipstick, which they used back then, I suppose, or something similar, it's like a terracotta pot, and you wet it, and it dyes your lips. She likes that. She likes the traditional kind of things, big earrings as well. But yeah, just to be glamorous, self-love, self-care. Yeah, honey, wine, mead. That's shocked me, but okay. Mead, corn for some reason, corn, rice, and sugar cane. That's what it is. I was doing this because in my mind's eye I could see a field, right, in ancient Egypt, and I say a field lightly because it was sandy, but it was watery, and I thought, is it rice? No, it was sugar cane. I don't know if that's what they harvested back then as well, or still do to this day, maybe. Who knows? But yeah, and just to learn about her as well. Learn about her and her culture and, you know, the time period. Learn. So there you go. There's my first video on a Kemetic deity. Bastet or Bast. That's a thumbnail. Oh, okay, I'll put a statue back now. Now, if anyone has another deity they want me to talk about, or a spirit, or if you're curious, or whatever, put it in the comments below. I've got a list going on. I'm happy to help. I have met quite a few. So we could have a playlist that goes on for 20 years. But put it below. And I do talk about other deities quite a lot. I talk about Hecate mainly. I've got playlists on my channel. Check it out. If you want to learn about deities in a different way to anyone else, if you want to hear, my experience and what they tell me, well, yeah, look no further. Check out my playlist. It's on my channel. And until next time, you know the drill. Stay safe, stay witchy. Bye, and don't cut your fingers as well.